You know, it's funny, when people talk about slavery, they think that it was just, they talk about it as if, oh, what's the big deal? It's over, it was in the past, and how does that reflect to now? And well, there was never a destruction of a people, intentional destruction of a specific group of people, like how it was at this time. Check this out. In 1831, a man named Henry Berry of the Virginia House of Delegates stood up and said that, pass as severe laws as you will to keep these unfortunate creatures in ignorance. It is in vain unless you can extinguish that spark of intellect which God has given them. Sir, we have as far as possible closed every avenue by which light may enter their minds. We only have to go one step further to extinguish their capacity to see light, and our work will be completed, and they would then be reduced to the level of the beasts of the field, and we should be safe. Let's keep every avenue of potential light. And what is light? Physically, light, the food you eat, certain foods have more light than others. If you ever seen this thing called Curie photography, it shows you how, certain fruits and vegetables have more light than, of course, than meat. The chitlins and the hog and all that stuff that we got addicted to back then, that became part of our natural way of eating. That type of food brings down your vibration because that's low vibrating food. Mentally, what is light? Information you eat. When you're enlightened, you're getting information, you're reading something, you're getting knowledge, you're getting truth. So what they do, they then took away our ability to read books. We weren't allowed to read. People were killed for reading. People were killed for discussing anything of intelligence. For example, in 1839, a Boston newspaper stated, in Virginia, should any free Negroes or their children assemble at a school to learn reading or writing, any justice of peace may dismiss the school with 20 stripes on the back of every pupil. And in Louisiana, the penalty for instructing a free black in a Sunday school is for the first offense $500, and for the second offense, death. Spiritually, what is light? They didn't want us to say the name of God that we knew. They wanted us to take their information. They told the preachers what to say, and they gave the preachers specific, protocol and said, hey, teach the slaves this, turn your other cheek when you're hit. Or if your slave master doesn't have pants, give him your pants. This is being a good Christian. What you went on in the past affects who you are now. If you don't revisit it, if you don't look at that mirror of, history, or I should say, our story, then you won't have a full understanding of exactly how you got into the condition of how we are today. So as rising kings and queens, it's important for us to be aware of these things so we can change the way that we eat, change the way that we think, change the way that we vibrate. All right, because we elevate.